Hi, my name is Zeddie. I'm a Kenyan, New York-based designer. I deal in men's suiting and custom jeans. I mean, East or West, home is the best. My brand represents movements. The name of my brand is Narok NYC. Narok is famously known for migration of the wildebeest. So I try to tap into that and incorporate with my work. So that would be movement of men, let's say, from one sense of style to the next, or moving from one city to another, one town to the next. And so I'm just back home trying to bring the skills that I learned in New York and incorporate with what's locally available and give it to my people. Came to Nairobi to see what's happening in Nairobi. And in between, because I played rugby before, I said, let me try playing rugby at Strathmore. And then that's when I started my small business with a friend. We bought a fast sewing machine and had it at the house in Kino. So I'm telling you, it's a long story, you know. So Kino, we used to operate from Kino to the city center. And then just, we stayed hustling, grinding, creative, just making sure we're everywhere. And by good chance, we met a fashion buyer who opened doors for us in New York. Growing up, I just kind of developed my own sense of style. Style evolves, fashion revolves, style evolves as well. And I've been able to find my own understanding of, who I am, what I want to be, and what I represent. And that would fall into kind of creating timeless pieces, if I make sense by saying that, well-tailored clothing that fit well, that, kind of give you this timeless look, So that's where I ended up falling after, seeing what my brother does, getting inspired from my mom's friends, and just kind of when I was in Nakuru, when I moved in Nakuru from Mombasa, that's where I started tailoring. So it's pretty simple. You just kind of book an appointment. We can either come to your office or we can come to your home, and we just kind of bond, look at the fabrics. So the business model is a little bit different from what most people do, because it's kind of going to your personal trainer, gym trainer, and you're I want to look like Tyson Beckford and have a six-pack, and he'll pretty much come up with a routine workout for you. So what I do is I basically use the same system, but now when it comes to dressing, whereby I'll go to a client's house, we'll look at his closet, I'll advise him on, I call it the art, I'm breaking the art of dressing up. So we'll basically look at your closet and we'll break it down to the things that you need, the things that you don't need. Okay, I'll advise you on what colors to wear during the day, what colors to wear at night, what to wear to different functions. So it's pretty much learning. You learn how suits fit. What we have now is we have stores whereby you walk in, you buy one of the biggest fashion brands in the history of mankind, let's say, and you put it on you. They ask you cash or credit, but they don't tell you how a suit should fit. So you end up walking out of the store with a $4,000 suit. You've not learned anything. The suit is, the fit is ill, and you're the man. So it's more of teaching, and that's what I like, because it gives me an opportunity to understand, the client and just, life in general, because it's a learning process, I've been blessed to work with a good number of, I'd say famous people, from fashion, movie stars, pro athletes, all walks of life, business, titans of business, to just anybody else. But I'd say one of the best experiences was working with Rory McIlroy. That's about maybe 3 years ago, when he won the PGA. He flew into New York, and I remember we were in his space we were feeding him, you know. So you know, when you're in this kind of situation, you look at where you come from, you know, and you look at where you are, you know, and you kind of like realize that for this person to be who he is, as great as he is, that involves you being a part of that process. So I'd say Rory McIlroy, Tyson Beckford, we did a movie called Supermodel. It just came out on Netflix. I've worked with Nick Cannon. This was another great experience whereby we had to go to America's Got Talent, and we had to, like, you know, be in the audience and wait and see people do their thing as we wait to go and do our thing backstage, take his measurements and all that. Great experience. Michael K. Williams dressed him for BET. He was filming America's Black History is America's History. I was on that project as well. Stevie J, you know, dressed him for BET Awards. Just so many other people. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, fashion is a very tricky business, to be honest with you. If I had all the money in the world, I'd, you know, set up stores everywhere, but I don't have that much money to open a store. But, you know, with the little stuff that I do, I feel like I still offer great quality to my clients. And if we get to that position whereby we're setting up a store, we'll set up a store. This is one thing that I like to say. I always feel like when you're creative, it's like a gene that's born in you, and it's up to how you nurture your, you know, what you have in you, that would result to who you'll be.